21. That's 50 would say.
he Mr. Inspector.
Inspector Gadget.
On everything.
What is this thumbprint on this cup? Why is this thumbprint on this bag? Is this milk? I see a piece of hair. What you been doing?
Forensics.
You got the man that solved murders.
Straight up.
That's a bad one right there.
Unsolved mysteries. This dude can solve right here. This Mr. Bum, Unsolved Mysteries guy.
Hey,
That's it.
That remind me of that show Cheaters, bro.
Go ahead.
Damn.
Oh man, my bad, Miss LaToya. I didn't mean to, you know. But that dude's long gone though, right?
What?
That dude's long gone right now. You got something much better, right?
I'm not going to accept that.
That's a non-disclosure.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Miss Young.
Miss Young?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
I think Miss Young done went
I
to sleep.
am here. I'm not sleeping. I've been, I think, basically the truth is a man has to have standards. Okay? Just like a woman has to have
I love Miss Young. Guys,
standards.
could we just give her an applause?
There we go.
Yes, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's what we do. What we do. Yeah, that's what we do.
You on?
Welcome to the #1 Culturepod, ladies and gentlemen. My Mohicans. We got a great show for you today.
Do strong women intimidate men? Are men with standards insecure? That's gonna be the show tonight.
So, I'm your host, technician, Rawthentic Brown. I'm with my co-host and director,
Big Daddy Brown.
and we got the team member in the building.
Oh yeah, Slappers in the building.
Slap,
What's
slap,
up, y'all?
slap.
How y'all doing, fellas?
Hey,
Good to see y'all.
Welcome, my brother. On the line, we got Baby LaChoy, and we got Miss Sylvia Young. Say hello, folks.
Doing great.
We're doing just great.
Yes.
So,
fine.
Miss Sylvia Young, I don't hear you. Where you at?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
We hear you now loud and clear. Thank
Yes,
you
we
for
do.
coming on to the show. We about to get into it. First of all, I want you ladies to answer this question. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
What is a strong woman? Go ahead, Baby LaChoy. Let's you get it started.
Strong woman. I believe that I'm classified as a strong woman. I mean, I have no room to let anything stop me because I know only I can depend on myself to get whatever I need to get done. Now, do I say that I don't need help? I'm not saying that. But as a strong woman, one, a mother, to, I know I got to go get what I need to get done so that I can survive. So, strong woman, technically, I guess what they would classify as an independent woman, but at the same time, who knows what she's saying?
All right, Miss Sylvia Young, you want to add on to that?
I guess if you've never heard or listened to Beyonce's Save the Hero, and if you haven't, do it. That song is Black women all over the world. We are constantly holding it down so much so that we are burying ourselves. We are drowning, and yet we still pull people to the raft. But we are left alone. We are dying. Just paraphrasing. But when I think about strong women, am I a strong woman? Well, I'm a survivor.
Yes.
So I equate surviving to being strong. I'm not afraid of failure, and I'm always trying something new. I call it reinventing Sylvia. It just gives me a lot of energy, and I think that's where my strength comes from. It's just always trying to do something different. I spend a lot of time daydreaming. Some people might think daydreaming is negative, but for me, it carries me on. It makes me laugh. It makes me get up and say, okay, this is possible. I'm going to do this. Some people might consider me strong. Some people might consider me weak, but I consider myself a survivor. And as a survivor, I feel I have to be strong. Well, I am strong to survive all of this stuff that's going on in the world today. It's not a lot of positiveness, but I try and I see people that are positive, and that keeps me going. Yes.
All right. So, okay. So, baby LaToya, I got a question for you. Do you find that with strong characteristics that you may have, that men are afraid to approach or afraid to be in a relationship with you, or get intimate or come close to you?
I don't necessarily think that it's men being afraid to come close to me or get next to me. I mean, once they know who I am, I'm cool people. But I think what probably makes them hard to approach me is because they might feel like they cannot compare or have the grounds to step up to me, or they don't feel like they fit what it takes to stand beside me. I mean, I've heard that a lot from guys that I've talked to and tried to get an understanding of why they did certain things the way they did, and most of them always felt like they wasn't where they needed to be to stand next to me side by side, and I'm on the other hand looking like, well, if I see that you're trying and you are making the effort to become to the next level, I'm willing to be right there to help push you up. So it's really depending on how they feeling about themselves, about whether they can step to me and be the supportive person that I need, or be that guardian that I need as my partner. So intimidation about how I am as a person, no. Maybe how I look to them and the characteristics that I portray to them, yes.
I have a follow-up question. When you're out and about, right, do you have a meaner? Because there's some times where I will go out and I'll see a girl that's attractive, and but she has this, I don't feel like being talked to today. Now, sometimes I play off that. What I would do is like, girl, you looking mean for no reason. Go, but just to carry a conversation. You know what I mean? Just to carry a conversation, and try to break that little shell. If I'm talking to somebody like that, and they turn out to be the sweetest thing. Would you say you have kind of a characteristic that kind of like, I'm not approachable today when you're out and about?
demeanor that may say, hey, I'm not up for being approached today. It's more so not to intimidate anybody, but just to kind of not pull my negative energy off onto them. I like to be surrounded with positive people or whatever, but if I'm in a negative mood, if I know I'm in a negative mood, I will give off that demeanor because I don't want my negative energy to rub off on someone else. In my opinion, whatever energy you projecting to rub off on somebody else, because their energy that could be a positive thing turn into a negative. And that's what I try to do to prevent that. Now, I cannot speak for what the other person who's trying to approach me may feel. And you may even counter that maybe you need to approach me because you have that positive energy, like what you said when you said the girl gave off the demeanor and you feed off of it, and you say you look too pretty to be looking so mean or whatnot. Somebody may actually do that to me if they come correct, it'll work just smooth like how you said it would. But if they come incorrect, they're gonna get a wrath that I didn't want to give out.
Do you have any thing that you want to say about that, Miss Sylvia Young?
Well, I guess when you're talking about intimidation, I always think of intimidation as being aggressive, very negative. Someone basically trying to bully you, or to me, it's a bully action. And I definitely give off vibes that I am peaceful. So I don't meet too many intimidating people, because to me, if you're intimidating, that also means you're insecure. It also means that you've been hardwired, something that happened a long time ago, that you aren't enough, that you're not smart enough, you're not brave enough, you're not bold enough. So when I'm dealing with someone that's insecure, I find that they can be intimidating because they have all these negative thoughts about themselves. Okay. And I run away from those type of people, because number one is I can't help you. There's nothing I can really do. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what happened to you.
Yeah.
But whatever happened to you, you're going to bring it into that relationship, whether it's friendship or, dating. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm already starting something that is not going to be helpful to me or positive to me. So, like I said, going back to intimidation, to me, is you're dealing with bullies. Now, me being short and, being kind of smart growing up, I dealt with a lot of bullies. And how I got away from them is I learned to run, so I ran track for years. So I would run away and they couldn't catch me. So when you talk about intimidation, I think of bullying. Someone that's going to bully you, to hide their insecurity, which there's really nothing you can do about their insecurity because you didn't cause it.
All right. Yo, Slap, have you ever come across like a woman that be like, oh, I'm the strong woman or whatever, or you can't handle me or some craziness like that? From a man perspective, I think this is what the audience is looking for too. You find that to be like something you can't handle or something you just be like, miss me with all that.
Most of the time you gotta be creative.
Yeah.
If you're creative and you can face your fears at the same time, you go bust some windows open or knock some doors down. So you get a lot more response when you're confident in yourself. I don't think a woman could take your confidence from you. It's more how you approach them.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely think the ladies made some great statements.
Yeah.
And it also aligns in with fear. If you're not afraid, you go do it. If you're kind of timid, you just go hold yourself back and you're not going to really get her attention because she going to notice that too.
Yeah. And I found success, like, when I actually approached a girl like that. Like, it was kind of, oh, I'm the strong one. I don't really need the man type. and you approach and they kind of give you the side eye, it really be in my mood of what I want to approach that or not, right?
Right.
Because sometimes, like,
You don't want to deal with it.
no, well, a lot of times you don't want to deal with it, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just the attraction. It's like, oh my goodness, this is the attraction, and you want to find out what's up with this girl. So, in times when I don't give a crap, and I'm like, I'm about to have a good time. I see you over here look at me. I literally approach with that signal, like, hey, what's up? Like, you over here looking like you in a box. Get them to doing what you do.
Yeah.
Just kind of laugh it out a little bit. And a lot of times, once you break that first boundary,
Right.
that first barrier, if you choose to go with that, like, they start opening up. Then you see the little sweetheart in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have the strong woman thing. I think it's all a facade.
In some cases.
Yeah, because I think even the tough ones,
Mm-hmm.
they super tough or they act super tough.
Right.
You could get the kindness out of them.
Yeah.
You could get to know them very easy.
A lot of times, what I found is this fear.
Exactly.
So it's like both parties, like, they think, man, like, we don't got feelings or whatever, even though, like, at times we gotta shut it off sometimes.
Exactly.
But what happens is they have this fear of being hurt. Like, what if this guy is not the guy? He might look the part, he might walk it, he got a little, confidence and swag in his step and stuff like that. Like, what if he gonna play me?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you approach, gentlemen, like, a lot of times, like, they enjoy the, hey, let me get you something, buy you this last drink, whatever,
Right.
and you just being kind of just carrying on the conversation. But a lot of times when you do break those barriers, it's if you choose to break those barriers or not, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got these girls that just plain out stuck up, like stuck up to the flow up, and when you come in there, they the ones that they like, expect you to do something for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They expect.
I done ran across many of them.
Yeah, I expect. I'm your trophy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Buy me a drink, even though, once this drink is finished, I'm probably gonna talk to Chad over here. Leave with him, and you done, broke. You got broke. Nah.
Okay, so is that strong woman thing a defense mechanism? Do they do that to like kind of?
In many situations, right?
Some of them just got high standards.
You can say high standards, right? But is it something that they actually build worked up? You know what I mean? Because you have some women that that work that created a brand and built themselves up, and they consider that the strong, or they just been through a lot of situations in which it might cause physical, mental,
Right.
emotional harm,
Okay.
and they broke through it. So the strong come from, I'm breaking through this.
Right.
Then it becomes offense. I don't want this to happen again. Are you this type for me?
Yeah.
Then you got to watch out for the I don't need a man type.
Exactly.
CEOs and shit, right? They running, they filing paperwork, working for,
Right.
and they don't need it, but
I
they'll
call them
make,
suits and dresses.
yeah. But when it's time to pick up that heavy ass,
Oh yeah, anything.
that dresser that they need to move out, that they not too independent for that, 'Cause if I think you're independent, you can pick up that big ass dresser.
That's the first thing we think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick that shit up and take it in there.
Go
You don't
change
need a
some.
man.
Go change some
Like, you
brakes.
so
You don't-
independent, pick it up.
Yeah, you don't need a man. You know what I mean? Like, hey, change that car tire. You got some women that can do that. Plenty that can't. They put on the persona.
Yeah.
And a lot of that persona is because of probably previous hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so they carry this, like, I don't want this hurt to happen again. I can make my own money. I can make, I can do everything for myself.
They built that wall.
Yeah. Your guys have the floor. Go ahead.
That's right.
Ladies.
You said, you talking about ladies or
Yeah.
us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
As you guys take the floor,
Miss Sylvia,
you got
Miss-
something to add or
Miss Joy.
about my statement or rebuttal on my statements? What you guys thoughts on what I just said?
I mean, that's coming from a male's perspective, so I can't deny your thought of how you see women when they giving off the intimidation or putting on this persona, this facade of being someone they're not. I mean, as I mentioned in the last to their own, and they get three types of women. You got those who just makes it harder for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, how you perceive it, it depends on what you came across when you met her.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's a fair assessment. Miss Sylvia?
I think it's very unfair to get the analogy that because a woman has broken the glass ceiling, that they're unapproachable. I think that's very unfair. Because you're going to find a lot of women who have broken the glass ceiling in corporate America, or the military, or whatever industry it is. A lot of them have just an everyday job. Their husband is not a corporate man or vice president, etc. Their everyday job. Because when you're with someone, especially if you're married, it doesn't matter who's making the most money. What matters is that you'll put that money together. Understanding is the money is ours, not just yours, because you make the most. It's ours. It's what you do with that money. And so, just to blatantly say that, the CEO, if she's a CEO, whatever, then, they're not approachable or whatever. I think that's, I don't think that's true. That's not what everyone.
Did I say that there was unapproachable?
Nah, we was basically saying.
I don't think that nobody said that anybody was unapproachable. It's just that if you wish to approach or you wish to go through that little shell that they would give off, and so I would say, and in a lot of cases like that, though, it's like if you do have CEOs, women that's running the show, that's making a lot. Typically, they will want, at least from all the research I've seen,
right,
a man that's making equal or higher than they are. It's just it becomes just tougher because of the fact that you only have a small group of men that would make so much, And if she's already making the six figures income, the 100,000 plus, yearly or monthly or it's difficult.
That gross.
Yeah, it's just difficult to find men that's already equivalent to that. You know what I mean?
So
that goes back to statistics, and a lot of times, it's like, have you ever just walked past, just sat and had dinner with a woman that was a CEO of something?
Yeah, hell yeah, most definitely. Lawyers.
Yeah, so you sat down and had dinner with the lawyer, and I'm not talking about you hiring the lawyer. I'm just talking about you just come, you at a place single.
Yeah. So I definitely think that came from the strong woman comes from somewhere, right?
Right.
I mean, you definitely meet some.
Mm-hmm.
All of them not like that.
Yeah.
And it's really just how you go approach them or what you're trying to get, right? I take a lot of female friends as friends.
Right.
I use them for accessibility to jobs, anything I may need, apartment complexes, how do I start my business, things like that. So I know a lot of strong women, and a lot of them are positive, caring, and that's what I gravitate toward. So I met some that's kind of strange and awkward, but and for that strange and awkward, it's more of, it's tougher for a guy to talk to them because they have their own, like the ladies were saying.
Yeah, they have their own.
Yeah, so stuff like that. I think the ones that I appreciate is the ones I could get help from, get experience from, learn knowledge from. So I gravitate toward more like that.
Yeah.
Some of the stuck-up ones, I stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying?
So have you ever been in a relationship with one?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Well, she's a lawyer, right? And I took care of a lot of the responsibilities around the house. She helped me find better jobs, but she wasn't the arrogant, strong woman.
Right.
She was more passionate.
Still with her today?
No.
What happened?
No. I was a college man at that time. And, not to tell on myself, I was in college.
So you was over there?
Yeah.
So she basically, she helped you with your growth, right?
She definitely helped me with my growth.
And you got your swagger.
I been had the swag. That's how I got her.
She helped you with your growth of your swagger.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Let's stop playing.
Most definitely.
And you use that swagger, and next thing you know, you had a lot more options.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. That's definitely something you gotta get. You gotta get from.
That's why a lot of us get that bull when we try to approach.
But my last name Bull too.
And that's because you don't air confidence. When you air confidence, you can get anyone from the ground.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And you have to have that swag.
Mm-hmm.
You have to walk it, talk it, look at it. You know, in fact, you don't have to say a word. You just walk in the room and you're already sized up. And
Yeah.
every woman wants you.
Yeah.
So it gets back to this insecure stuff, this insecurity. If you're an insecure person, you're not going to grab anyone anyway.
No.
And the relationship is not going to last because you have problems that was in your head way before they came.
Mm-hmm.
So you date someone that is also criticizing you, it's just making it deeper and deeper. You know, so really the only way to really deal with an insecure person is to have a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
And who
That's
has a
the
lot of patience nowadays? Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's busy. You know.
It's not.
Yeah. So it's like heal thyself.
Yeah.
Heal from positive people.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But when you're approaching, you already know. This like a man already know who she is, has an idea.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, you know, what they always say is, you know, first meeting is lasting meeting or first impression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Best impression.
you know, it's the way you carry yourself. You can pull anything. It's how you carry yourself and what confidence you exude. If you don't have those traits, then you ain't gonna get nothing anyway. You might have it for a minute, but it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. That's man or woman. You're not confident, they're gonna see it. If you're full of what they say BS, that's what they come out. And that's what we're dealing with. Always intimidation. Who wants somebody who's gonna bully them? Only someone who don't feel good about themselves.
Exactly. I love yourself first.
What you feel. Yes, you pull what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I feel and that's what I know.
Okay.
So I can be a CEO and have a man that go back to like cutting the grass. They do make money. Okay. I found out sometimes I want to cut the grass. I was like, what?
She like the lawnmower man.
See.
You know,
Yeah. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was the lawnmower man like quite a bit growing up.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know. I enjoyed doing it at the time when I was doing it. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
I did some lawnmowing growing up too. I did
Yeah.
some landscaping.
Lawnmower
wrong
man.
with that.
Did you do some lawnmower stuff?
Hell yeah. I did a little bit of
I was
everything,
lawnmower
man.
man up in here.
Talk to the maintenance
Yeah.
man right there.
Painting. What? What you
and
need?
You guys know that women think that a man that's sweating is not funky is the sexiest thing ever.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright.
What our grandmas used to say? I love a man in a suit.
Yeah.
Hard working man.
Yes, sir.
So
That's better than the food or whatever. You just sweat. I'm not talking about having a six-pack or whatever. Just that he's working hard.
Yeah.
I love money that is working. I love it. I was like, wow, that's cool. That's cool. And then when they sweating too, it's like, hey, my God, this is the sexiest thing ever. So, what can I say? Maybe I'm a little weird.
That's all right. No, you ain't the only one that like the working man. You know. All right, baby LaToya, you got anything else you want to say up on this topic? Okay, yes you don't. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Are men with standards insecure?
It depends.
Mr. Rawthentic, that's what I'm about to say. Go ahead and get it popping.
Yeah.
Get it popping.
To be honest, from my point of view, it depends on who it is. You know, it depends on who you are because men have standards for sure. We gonna have standards and we gonna stand on them standards for sure.
Right.
So, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was hoping for you to finish your. I was just going back. I would be like this. I would say men that have standards when dealing with women or their significant other, right? And a lot of times we make that for one because we're attracted to that. Two, for the protection. A lot of times we say, hey, you know, I like a lady that doesn't do crazy stuff that could cause harm to her or me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of that is security. The reason why we was like, hey, and if I get with a woman who doesn't have these traits that I got to worry about in the future, you know what I'm saying, that could, sabotage the relationship or cause harm to ourselves, that's probably the one I'm gonna to go for. Or if I'm like, hey, you know what, I want me a lady that's like, let's kind of stay home. We not partying, we not clubbing, we not doing all that other stuff right there. Because what happens is, she goes out, she does that, and it opens up a can of worms. It doesn't make a man insecure. He's just trying to save it from, because we know how other men are. Some guys don't care. She'd be like, hey, I'm in a relationship, whatever, or subject to make certain mistakes that she wouldn't do if she wasn't in those typical environments, right? So that's pretty much what I got to say.
I definitely feel most of the time a confident man. Definitely the insecurity is out the window.
Yeah.
He kind of knows what he's talking about. Kind of knows situations could happen or get worse, and he just
that's what I was trying to say.
he kind of predict the situation,
right?
From anything bad happening. I think I know my first scenario when I realized I always have to take responsibility, even if it's not mine. When I'm dealing with a date, going on a date, pick a nice place.
You take
Exactly.
the
Specific location,
right?
Getting her there, getting her home, whatever's popping off. So I definitely feel like a confident man knows what he's doing.
Right.
He's not gonna take an insecure route.
Well, what I'm saying is, does that make the man insecure? Because
no.
like I'm insecure because I'm like, hey, I want you, like, I would like my lady to dress a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, like you get this girl, you're attracted to her, and then one day she rolls up and we're about to go out. She's showing the world a little sweet
yams.
Yeah. I mean, some yams can't be helped. Some yams can't be helped though. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got nice yams.
Yeah.
Even if you put on the loosest jeans, you got nice yams. What I'm saying is, but you not like, okay,
short dress,
walking out with my thong and my t-shirt on and say, hey, this is my outfit.
Yeah, because most confident men would be like, come on, man, you know we ain't going out.
Yeah, because what that does is browse problems. Like another guy sees that, right?
Yeah, smack her on the ass.
You lose your thing. That's your main squeeze. You losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't trying to be controlling, but come on, be respectful.
Respect to your dude. That's the reason I'm saying. Like, does that make you insecure? So they say, oh, okay, I should be able to wear my thought clothes because I'm with you, but whatever. But not looking further in the situation. Okay, you wear your thought clothes. We going out, Mr. Kermit over there. He got bad intentions on his mind. He don't care who you with.
Yeah.
We know men too.
Hell yeah.
And our first thing that we have to deal with is protection.
For sure.
So we're gonna be the first scrap for this.
Yeah.
All she had to do was just dress a bit modest, and we could not have these problems.
Mm-hmm.
But you dress a certain way, a man gonna view a certain way. Yeah. I'm a man, so I'm like, okay, I will view this girl as, hey, I'm about to smash. You know what I mean? And that's about it. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, finish your statement up now.
Well,
go ahead and continue.
I definitely think it's just a cause for responsibility. That's what it is. You don't want to put nobody in a bad situation. You always want to be in control and under control.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's what the whole.
That's how I was taught.
Oh, that's the whole standard system. You got anything you want to add to it, or you want me to let the ladies go ahead? All right. Mr. LaChoy.
Okay.
So I want to hear your thought process. Like, are men with standards insecure? Does it make them insecure for saying, baby, I would like you to dress up today? Like, we not wearing the skimpy stuff when we go out.
And the man himself or the man, as there are different types of women, there are different types of men. There are some men that, how you say, you want your girl to cover up. There are men that love their women to be out there projecting her body and curvature, her curves, and have no problem with another man than what he got because at the end of the day he realized she's coming home to him. There, there's men that sit there and juggle between the two. One day they okay with her dressing like this, and then day they not. So I think that one that's confused about whether he's okay or not. That's an insecure person. I think a man that knows what he wants with his woman, knowing he don't want her to be out there showing off it's good or her good. I don't think that makes him insecure. I think that makes him protective because that's who he's claiming as his one.
All right, let me ask you a question. Did you got something?
I was about to say,
Ahead.
not to mean you cut you off, but it goes right back to the respect. You know, it's not so much of it's not so much of wanting to be controlling and be like, look, you're not wearing that today. It's more of a respect thing. You know, you got to respect me because, like you know, like you were saying before, we as men know how other men are.
Right.
So when you going out there with your thong on,
Yeah.
you know, we got to tell that and be like, we got to look around and be like, look, stop looking at my girl. Stop looking at my girl. Stop looking at my girl. Stop looking at my girl.
I would challenge, right? I would say it wouldn't be that much as to not look, because a lot of times guys gonna look. If you got a good looking girl, they gonna look anyway, right? That's not the bothersome stuff, right? Yeah. Here's the thing: a lot of times when they're that far into it, guys ain't looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you dancing with them, guys come bump you right out the way. You ever been? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I'm about to fire off for you. This is my girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like, guys gonna look. If they see something attractive, they gonna look. You know what I'm saying? We all, but real man be like, yeah, she fine. I gotta get me up. You know,
one like that.
Yeah, I gotta get me one. Exactly. You feel me? And it's not like I'm gonna take your shit because that's yours.
I gotta get me one.
I gotta get my own. I'm gonna find my own type of stuff. It ain't, that's the thing I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, men start getting more, physical or frisky. So I say, hey, what's something a bit more tough up? Because a lot of times at that point they're gonna pretty typically look at your face, maybe your legs or whatever the case may be. But if
they're gonna have a real conversation with you, get to know you.
If you just out there, they're gonna look at you like
a certain way.
She belongs to the streets. You feel me? Like, and then they're gonna capitalize. All right, go ahead. I just wanted to ask you, baby LaToy, and I think my man Rapocalypse hit on it a little bit. Would you consider that controlling?
What I consider controlling, because I've been in that situation before, is someone who's telling you who you can be friends with, who you can talk to, who you can hang out with, what time you're supposed to come home, when you're not supposed to do stuff. You got to do it the way they say do it. That's controlling. A person is asking you, hey, disrespect my feelings and cover up because I don't really want God stand you now because you blessed. That's a different story. Mm-hmm. But not somebody managing how you run your life, who you can talk to, what's in your bank account, where you been, why you were there, what's the reason for being there, what you mean you got this appointment over here. That's a control person.
Let me ask you something.
And that's an insecure person.
Right. You said you experienced that before? No, I'm asking. I'm just asking. Like you said, did you have experienced somebody like that before?
Experienced that before.
Was this dude a multi-millionaire? No, I got answer. Yes or no? Was he a multi-millionaire?
No.
Yeah, this guy right here, man. What kind of? All right. So he ain't even giving you a lavish lifestyle for all them requirements, right?
Damn.
You would think. I mean,
The-
example. Portia Stewart. Well, she's not Portia Stewart anymore, but that's what her name was at the time. She was married to Cordell Stewart.
Mhm.
And that was part of the reason why she kind of came out of marriage, because he wanted her to be a stay-at-home housewife and have babies and not do anything productive for herself.
Traditional.
He wanted to take care of the house, take care of everything, and she was determined to make something of herself and not have to rely and depend on him. She felt like just because things are good don't always mean it's going to be that way. And I think that's where a lot of women come out to where it's like, I don't want to depend on your money to take care of me. I want to be able to take care of myself and know that I did this for me and earn what I needed to do to take care of me. So she got out of the marriage because she felt like he was controlling her. He was a multi-billionaire.
Okay. So he was a multi-millionaire that wanted his lady to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't like, she went shopping at the grocery store to bring some groceries home while he was at work. Question, where you been? What time is it?
No, I don't think he was that extreme, but...
So you got the bomb controlling man. So
I'm not saying the bomb, but I'm going to say, in my opinion, I think financially he was well off, but rich by a billionaire rich, no.
So, bomb me. Where you been? Where you been? What you doing? Who you seen? He asking 50 questions.
21. That's 50 to say.
He Mr. Inspector.
Inspector Gadget.
On everything.
What is this thumbprint on this cup? Why is this thumbprint on this bag? Is this milk? I see a piece of hair. What you been doing?
Forensics.
You got the man that solved murders.
That's a bad one right there.
Unsolved mysteries. This dude can solve right here. This Mr. Bum, unsolved mysteries guy.
Hey,
That's it.
That reminds me of that show Cheaters, bro.
Go ahead.
Damn.
Oh man, my bad, Miss LaToya. I didn't mean to, but that dude's long gone though, right?
What?
That dude's long gone right now. You got something much better, right?
I'm not going to discuss that.
That's non-disclosure.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Miss Young.
Miss Young?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
I think Miss Young done went to sleep.
I'm here. I'm not sleeping. I think, basically the truth is a man has to have standards. Okay? Just like a woman has to have
I love Miss Young. Guys,
standards.
could we just give her an applause?
There we go.
Yes, man. Thank you so much.
The nail on the hammer.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Young. Tell them some real knowledge up in here.
So you have to be realistic, because sometimes there are unrealistic expectations, such as, no argument. Of course you're going to argue.
Yeah, disagreement.
To always know why and what you're feeling, but we're not mind readers. Always be available if you're in distress, but we're not going to always be available in distress. No friends of the opposite sex. Always spending all of your free time together and always being in agreement. I mean, that's just to me, that's unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
It happens, but it's unrealistic. You know, to me, that describes just an insecure person.
Okay.
And I think in a good relationship, you can have high expectations, and it depends on how you're treated. If you'll treat each other with kindness, love, affection, and again respect,
Mm-hmm.
then I feel that you can basically tolerate each other and get through a lot of hard times because you've had so many good times.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely expect your partner to be loyal. Being loyal and respect is just like those are the two things, as far as standards. That's what I expect. Loyalty and respect. Because you can't say you love me, but don't respect me.
Okay. And I got another question for you, Miss Young. You have a millionaire, and the only thing the millionaire wants you to do is to be a home mom. Could you take that offer?
I tried it. He wasn't a millionaire, but had money, come from family money. And I found that I had too much energy to just be around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get up early in the morning and do everything. I do everything. When I leave my house at 8 o'clock, the house is up. It's done. I already know what I'm having for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is done. So what am I going to do the rest of the day? Okay. I've never been a person to join different organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just the type of woman that I like to work.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the intrigue when you go into the office. I like the competition. I'm very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not running track, so my competitiveness goes into the office. I want to be the best. It's like being in school, I always raise my hand. I wanted the teacher to know that I knew the answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personality. That's my ego.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a man that can deal with that, then that's great. Now, I do understand that, when he's making this point and he is the man of the house, I'm not always raising my hand and trying to show off that my skills.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught that, a woman, don't show off that. In fact, my mom used to say, you play dumb. I said, why I gotta play dumb? Because that's the way that I'm. If you know everything, then what are they bringing to the relationship? Then you become intimidating, because you know everything, and they become insecure. So most times you don't have to show that smartness. You show your smartness in other ways. So really, it's really to me. And if you are aggressive and you like to be competitive, it's always a challenge when you're dealing with your partner. Relationships aren't easy. They really aren't. So I always think, give me the respect, give me the loyalty, and you'll get the same. I always struggle with what I should say and what I shouldn't say. That's just a lifetime struggle because I come from a place that I've watched too many people allow someone to run into the wall. And why would you allow someone to run into the wall if you already know, what the answer is, so they don't have to run into the wall? So then it comes to, you have to juggle that knowledge. When do you say it or you don't say it? Do you let them run into the wall and bounce out? So it's a juggle.
Yeah.
And you really have to get to know the person to know what is appropriate and what isn't.
All right. So let me ask you this, right? With that experience. So let's say I, as a man, love a woman, and I want her to be a home wife, but she's like you. She wants to do more.
I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what you said.
Okay, so me as a man, right? Let's say I want a home wife, like her to be home, take care of kids, etc., right? But like you, she's like, okay, I can stay there. I know my duties for home, clean, 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 but I want more, right? And what would you say? Hey, like, what tip would you give me to say, hey, this is how you can balance this thing out, where you can get the lady that's taking care of the kids that's home, but yet she's doing a little something, um, you know, that fulfills her needs. How can we balance that out?
Well, first of all, you're going to talk. You would express to your mate how you're feeling, and then you'll find, you come to a medium. It might be a situation where it costs too much for babysitting. So, okay, you want to work or whatever you need to do, let's work at home. It might be a thing that, she can form different festivals or activities for the kids that's going to keep her busy because she has to network. It's just a matter of communicating. I think if couples communicate and be honest with each other, they can find a meeting. And if they can't, then they go their separate ways. So they still end up hurting each other. So it's communication. Communication. We just communicate with our partner. We just communicate with our family. And be honest. Let them know what is bugging you.
Right.
It's not always the bad things, but the good things. Then I think that's where the respect comes in. Because a lot of people don't know, especially family members. They don't know why you got a problem. Why you got a problem. And I think if you sit down and tell them what your problem is, get it off your chest, and you talk it out, you feel better. So it's the same with couples. It's communication and being honest. And just because you're telling them something with an experience that might not be the best doesn't mean that you have to get angry, or become intimidating. You're just releasing all of that hurt and all that's stored up that makes you insecure.
Here's a question. Here's a question.
Hold on, Miss Simple.
We all have standards, but for a man must have standards. My mom used to always say, a man can lay down with 20 women, and when he come up, he's a man. But a woman lay down with, 20 men, and she come up, she's a hoe. That's the difference.
So do you think it would be possible to communicate with an insecure person?
Well, for an insecure person, you have to be patient. First, you have to realize they're insecure, and do you want to deal with them as a mate or just as a friend? Because you have to understand those insecurities didn't come from you. They had brought that into the relationship because they're insecure. It's the same the insecurities is even harder to deal with than a man that's been hurt and he hasn't healed and he's bringing that in the relationship. Both of them are negative as far as I'm concerned. Both of them are run to the hills. I would tell my daughter, run to the hills. Because it's not for me to heal you. I'm not a psychologist. And the only thing you can do is be patient. You have to be patient. There's certain things you can't say, like what in the middle, I know insecure. They don't hear that. That makes them even more secure. So you just constantly got to build them up, give them compliments. It's the same for women. As long as you're building their ego and letting them know what they do is right, then they eventually will overcome that insecurity. If you're dealing with someone else that's insecure, so you got two insecure people. You know what that is? Chaos.
It's like if you got two apples.
A lot of relationships, people are just really attracted sexually. Sex is so overwhelming. But when it's all over with, it's ugly again. So you have to put a hand on, you have to define, well, this is just sex. And leave it like that.
I got a question for the men.
You have another question for me?
The men.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry.
Would you guys prefer stay-at-home mom? Stay-at-home mom?
Say that again.
I'm gonna put her to work.
You gonna put her to work?
Yeah.
Okay.
And not but if she got a business, she can do it at home.
Oh, yeah.
And my truth is, I continually try to succeed for myself and my family, protect myself and my family. So we working from home, or You can work. We working from home.
Okay.
You can work, or we go start a couple of businesses.
Yeah.
To produce something with the family.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna be the breadwinner for sure, but I'm gonna be outside working. I'm gonna be doing shit men like to do.
You just gotta be to stay home, home.
Yeah, you can do
work.
it. We just
And
work from home is good now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can finish. Work from home is good though.
We got to be on the same level. We got to be on the same level for sure.
What you mean by the same level though?
What I mean by the same level is that we both gonna work, but I'm gonna go put in most of the work because I'm the head.
Okay.
You feel me? But at the same time, if we got kids, yeah, you can stay at home and raise the kids while I'm out putting in work. But at the same time, if we owning the business, right, you gonna have to be the secretary and work from home.
Yeah. That's your part-time job.
Yeah,
part-time work with the family. Part-time work with the kids. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, it's never I'm never gonna try to hold my partner.
Yeah.
To a certain. I want her to be just as flourished as I am. I want her to succeed just like me.
So you don't want to just
put her in the box and
playing gospel music, making cake and shit. You don't want.
Hold on, I want some cakes.
Yeah.
I'm a sweet person. I like cakes and zoom
zoom.
zoom.
What you like?
Yeah. I want my sweets.
You don't want her to feel like she's in like what is it? The olden days.
No.
In the water.
No. Where you going with that?
Because two incomes better than one. We can live an enjoyable life together.
I don't think I should go with that. Okay, but I'll put it out there. Any man that wants me to stay home, I will cook for them. Look, this is my advertisement.
Who's that? Is that Miss Young?
That's Miss Young right there.
Miss Young? That's Miss Young?
Yes, sir.
Miss Young, the only one that come with the correction, man. You
Go
ahead.
So Miss Young, go ahead. Let's hear this. Go ahead. Finish what you said. You said you cooking. And go ahead. You go ahead.
I'll do whatever's necessary. Make sure he's keep coming home and bring bacon.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, you don't mind being a home wife?
No, I don't mind because I've done corporate thing. I've done all of that.
Okay.
So since I'm home anyway, it'd be nice, to have someone, that will come home because I like to cook and all that good stuff. So, it is what it is. You go through different stages in your life, you learn different things. So what I did as a young woman is not applicable to what I'm doing now.
Come home to some warm water.
That's a good point right there, Miss Young.
Miss LaToya, you still there?
Yes, I am.
What's your thoughts of being a stay-home mom?
I've done it.
Will you do it again?
Yeah. I've done it. I will do it again. If my kids were within the age when they needed me to be at home. After they all got into school, I became bored, so I had to find something to do. I did stay at home for I believe 8 to 10 years, I think, because my youngest, until she turned 4 years old, I was at home. I didn't really start back working until after she got into pre-K, and I knew she was somewhere safe where I could go out to the workforce and start working again. But would I change that? No, because I got the chance to spend time with my kids, watch them grow, get them from point A to point B, and then I went back into the workforce. And that was a wonderful experience for me. Now, stay at home. Entirely, I cannot do it because my mind, my body, and wanting to make something better of myself or be better than what I were before, that is my motivation. My motto is wanting to make me a better version of me than where I was yesterday or today. So, being a stay-at-home mom as a
lifetime thing, I cannot do. I gotta do something.
Let me ask you this question, okay? So, what was the discussion that you and your man had worked out to, to balance it so you can have, what you want, to be in the workforce, and him be okay with that?
The nice thing with the kids, baby, costs for daycare and babysitters expensive. And it was one of those things. Nobody can really take care of your baby better than you are. You know your baby. Which I can totally agree. I didn't have to worry about if something bad happens to my baby, if my baby gets left on the bus or car in a van or whatever the case for the daycare. That was not ever one of my concerns.
I applaud you for that, Miss Joy. Joy. I applaud you for that. I think if parents spend more time with their children, when we have all of this chaos, because they're just living in a time of chaos, and everyone want to put it on mental health, and it possibly could be mental health. I was listening to Steve Harvey this morning. He said the worst thing ever is the internet. It's so negative. He says, don't get me wrong. There's some positive parts. He said, but mainly it's negative. And so you have all your kids on here. You're trying to look like the models, and you have your bullying, et cetera, et cetera. He said they spend all that time on the internet. And parents are allowing that. He said, I just think it's so negative. And that was just fun, his commentary, and I had to think about that. And I was like, I can see that. You have to be positive, but it is a lot of it is negative. And today's environment with these folks coming into schools and shooting up and stuff, homeschooling is definitely where it's at, but everybody cannot afford homeschooling, and I really think that should be free. But I'm sorry, guys, I don't know if it's another subject.
I know you good.
I don't put it someplace else. I am sorry.
That's all right.
Real quick, we just hit the hour mark. I just want to let the Mohicans know to please like, share, and subscribe for the culture. Comment in the box below. And I done went off on the screen. My bad. So we got 30 more minutes into the show, so let's get it.
Just wrap it up. I want to share final thoughts. Slap, come on, like man. We finally got brother Slap in the building, y'all. Slap in the building.
I came to hang with the boys today, man. I'm glad y'all brought me in.
Today, you need to come every Friday. What you mean, man?
I'm coming.
Every Friday.
They call it slap because you been slapped.
I used to do the slapping.
I used to slap.
But it wasn't females.
Nah, that wasn't none of that.
I was a football player in college and high school. I was just pretty good. That's why they call me Slap.
Slap the helmet right off you, brother. All right, go ahead, Slap. Go ahead. Final thoughts, man. Final thoughts on the topic. What you think about the show, and how the show has come since you've been on last.
I'm definitely encouraged. Started off great. It's one of the podcasts where we just try to express our feelings, express what we want to talk about, interesting topics we all talk about. We've been doing this for a while, so I'm glad we started something like this. And then to meet Miss Lil Cho and Miss Young. What's her name?
Right,
hold on, Miss Young.
Miss Young.
And what's
Baby
LaChoy.
Yeah,
Baby LaChoy.
This whole time and have your ears closed to their name.
Man. I'm definitely gonna be on point next time. Get the names correct.
That's why you need to come. That's why you need to come every Friday when we drop something. Man.
Yes, sir. So definitely meeting you ladies was enjoyable too. You guys got good topics, conversations, and you keep us on point.
That's right. I really appreciate the show. I want to thank you guys for coming on again. As usual, It's a learning environment. We try to, take information. We can also express ourselves and just, find a balance. You know what I mean? In relationships, it's difficult. But when you find balance, that communication. Now we got two things. We got location and communication.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you find that balance, you can have actually a pretty solid relationship. Um, that's great. I did enjoy Miss Young for saying that having standards is not insecure. At the same time, you know, we as the fellas understand, hey, this is why we have certain standards. In a lot of cases, it is to protect. But then again, uh, we don't want to be, we're having the lady be like, yes, sir, massa, because I don't think that's, you know what I'm saying? That's necessary in today's society. But going back to what you said, it is about a lot of respect. And respect goes both ways. And sometimes we as men take advantage of that. We don't understand that. We forget the joy we have and what the lady brings. Go ahead. Host.
Check it out. Respect standards. So,
loyalty and kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, loyalty and kindness. Miss Young, Baby LaChoy, I appreciate y'all. I really enjoyed y'all. I really enjoyed the conversation. It definitely was an eye opener to a couple things. I got it. Yes, let me wait till this truck go past. But
what was the eye opener? Just ask the question.
The eye opener was like Laurent was talking about. Like Laurent was saying, same thing that he was saying.
It's okay for men to have the standards.
Exactly. I say it's okay. Yeah, it's okay for the standards, but at the same time, when it comes to the ladies, it's more of a respect thing
and the communication.
Exactly, the communication and the respect. Like you were saying. Like you were saying earlier. Like one day it may be okay for a woman, for a man's woman to go out, a little flashy, but the next day it's not.
That was Miss LaToya was talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was a Miss Young. Y'all sleeping on the job. What the hell? All right.
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, LaToya. But yeah. But what I was. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overtalk you. What I think it boils down to is you can't change it. So you need to either accept them as they are or go about your business. Because you're not changing.